Hey guys, this is Ree, and I'm coming to you to talk about what I have either read in the blogs, watched on TV, or heard in these streets. This one is going to be about what I've watched on TV. So we'll be reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 4, Episode 1. Just going to run through the couples and like literally what has been going on. So, Melody is not friends with anybody outside of Kimmy. Kimmy is still our fan favorite. Kimmy can do no wrong in my eyes. Kimmy is the most reasonable. Kimmy is the most sensible. Tisha is still playing this whole, oh, I just want to be her friend, while actually being passively aggressive with her envy towards Mel. And then Destiny has flopped over to the other side. So let's get through with some of these things. If you guys remember from the reunion where they discussed, Martell's side chick. So Martell's side chick apparently come forth and says that while they were on a trip, while Martell and the boys were on a trip, she was also on that trip, and so were the boys, and I'm referring to Martell and Marsau, the brothers. I mean, like Marsau and Maurice, the brothers. Sorry, guys, I got a cold. So were their side chicks, right? This is what Martell's side chick / baby mama, came forward to say. And this was after Maurice denied being around the girl. When Carlos asked, did you ever, meet the girl? Were you ever around her? Marsau was the only one that said he was. Maurice was like, no. Well, they end up calling him out. But who calls him out? Who goes and posts a photo? His very own brother, Marsau. Who comments underneath the photo saying, oh yeah, this photo was taken by Ariane, Martell's side chick. What does that do? That exposes that Maurice is a liar. Then the side chick then decides to do like a serious alley-oop after the tag teaming. The team play tag teaming from Marsau and Martell. She decided to slam me and go, yeah, you were cheating on Kimmy with, she referred to her as a linebacker, stating a girl that was like much larger, which I find to be very rude, but I digress. So, I find it to be disgusting. Here's the thing. It is clear that Marsau is jealous of Maurice. And I'm not saying jealous as if like he wants to be Maurice. But in regards to, Marsau is doing to Maurice what Martell did to Marsau, which was when Martell got caught up and the media and the public is seeing Kim as like this cheating spouse. What did Martell do? He decided to bring in his so-called friend Marsau to the forefront and say, hey, you've been cheating too. Because I can't be the only one taking all this heat. Basically what he's done to Melody as well. Oh, she cheated on me too. Instead of just owning up for the fact that he was just a shitty husband. He now is trying to validate his actions. It's ridiculous. So now Marsau is doing the same to Maurice when he's just like, oh yeah, you weren't there. And I don't know why you would say that you weren't there, this and that. Trifling. Marsau is mad at the fact that people been questioning his relationship with Tish, with saying that, he's been cheating on her, this and that. Nobody really bothers Maurice and Kimmy because Kimmy is a fan favorite. And also, because Maurice is like, tries to be more so of like that level-headed person of the guys, right? Marsau decides to ruin that. Now, the new thing is, oh, he must have been cheating on Kimmy as well. And the problem that I have with this is that as they sit them down at the table and Maurice is explaining his hurt of this and trying to get him to understand how this affects, oh, why do you care about public opinion? Like, why do you care, and they say all types of things. But you care though, Marsau. You care. That's why you posted it. You cared about public opinion. Oh, well, no one told you to lie. Marsau is, and I felt bad for you when Martell did that. Because when Martell did that, it was trifling. It was a snake move. It's like being in class and, a few people didn't study for the exam. And so everyone's like passing around a cheat sheet, right? Let's not act like nobody's ever in life cheat on the exam, I will not confirm or deny. But let's say that a few people are cheating on the exam and one gets caught, right? And then they turn and they go, they're all cheating too. That is literally what Martell did. And I find it to be very trifling. But what's worse is that you know how that felt, and you did the same to your very own brother, your blood brother. And what pisses me off with that is that then Martell, he's telling Tiffany's husband, the big guy, I keep forgetting his name, but he's telling Kim while they were working out in the gym, he's like, yeah, I hate that, you know, Maurice and Kimmy are going through that because I wouldn't want them to go through that, you know, like, I don't want that going through in their marriage. Yes, you do, Martell. Yes, you do. That's the reason why you purposely commented underneath that Arion took the photo. No one told you to comment that. No one told you to comment that. Y'all are trash. 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 But I am glad, though, that Maurice was like, I'm the only person who knows the actual events of what took place there, right? And I'm just like, Maurice, release it. Release it. Because here's another problem I have. I have a problem that Tish at that table was trying to act like, oh, it doesn't affect me. Like, I just like, these are people that they don't matter. But yeah, you sat down at dinner with Marsau where he kept trying to tell you to stop. When you were addressing, you were trying to underhandedly address all the things that Arion Curry, Martell's side chick, said about your husband, right? But if you don't care, and she doesn't matter, you've never even met her, why are you addressing it on camera? Until your husband kept saying, stop, stop, stop. You knew what you were doing. Tish, you care. And you're glad that your husband is not the only one that has not been caught yet, but is being questioned. You're glad that you have someone to go through that with. It's ridiculous to me. Yeah, so that's like basically regarding that. As far as Melody and her relationships with Tisha and Destiny goes, Tisha was never your friend since season 1. I call that since season 1. Like when she had an issue with just who you were, right? As if like your confidence was too much. That's at least what I gathered from some of the things that she would say. And to me, it felt like she took also pleasure in the fact that you were going through what you were going through with Martell. I never forgot when y'all sat down at that table. And she goes on and she says, oh yeah, you know, worry about your husband and the matching BMWs. But y'all supposed to be friends though, right? So you're hearing these things. You never came to the girl about the matching BMWs. But you're hearing these things and you throw it up in the middle of an attack. You kept it in your spare pocket. You kept it in your pocket to throw in the midst of an attack. Even if you didn't keep it in your pocket to throw in the midst of an attack, the fact that you entertained that and you didn't tell your so-called friend, girl, until it was time to attack. Horrible. Horrible. It's like she took pleasure in that. So people speak about, oh, Melody took pleasure and, you know, telling, you know, she went to go and tell Tisha like of this and that. No. Tisha started with that first. And Tisha is passively aggressively putting off all of her thoughts on her mother, letting her mother do the dirty work so she can play the good cop, like bad cop, good cop, right? You're the one that's feeding the things to your mother. You're the one that's entertained it with your mother. And now here we are. I always say that if you want to know how somebody feels about you, watch the people that love, how they treat you. They're going to tell you how folks really rocking, right? Even if they smile in your face. If the person that's smiling in your face, if the best friend disrespects you, family disrespects you, whatever it is, I'm 98% sure it's because that so-called friend of yours is speaking very differently. And they are taking that, y'all excuse my purple nose, it's spring. But they are taking, they're allowing their friend or their family to express it so then they don't look like the bad guy, even though they're the one that's, you know, throwing rocks and hiding their hands. Be careful of that. Be careful of that. That's why Tish was comfortable to say, oh, you know, the matching BMW and things. And then we find out during the reunion that the entire cast knew about Martell's behavior way before Melody did. These are not your friends. They're not your friends. And then to add insult to injury after the reunion, your so-called friend Destiny and Tisha in the room discussing you where you're able to hear it. And then Destiny's only excuse is, but these are things that I told you on the set. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Destiny. Why are you discussing this girl? Just like Melody said, you're discussing her with someone that you know has this very rocky, gives me frenemy relationship with. All because you mad with me. And now you and Tisha then bonded off of y'all disdainment for me. Let me tell you, I tell people all the time, if your relationship is built on mess, it's going to crumble on mess. Y'all don't have a real friendship. Y'all just bonding over y'all current disdainment for Mel. That's literally what that is. Current disdainment for Mel is what you two are bonding over. I think that's pathetic. And I'm glad that Melody heard it. And what Melody realized during the reunion is that y'all not friends, y'all are co-workers. You're co-workers. The fact that Destiny, you're mad at how Melody treats you, but you did go on to have a whole divorce without telling the girl. Girl didn't even know that y'all was even having issues, let alone you did a whole divorce. That's a big life-changing event, especially knowing that Melody was going through her own divorce, but you're trying to act like y'all the closest of friends. And then you tell her this while on the show. Destiny, at that moment, I'm with Melody. We're not friends. Like, clearly, she sees me as a co-worker, and we're not friends. It doesn't matter what excuse you call it, girl, bye. We're not close like that. So therefore, whatever energy she gives, she gives. And that's not me defending Melody, because I do feel like sometimes Melody is ridiculous. But in reference to this matter, you sit there like, oh, you know, you haven't spoken to me since this and that, and, you know, this is my first time speaking to you, and it's at the reunion. It does not matter. It does not matter, you know. You've already acknowledged it through your actions, that you're not cool like that. So she's handling you as such. And also, let me also just say that Destiny, you're now doing music. It's giving me Olivia, the singer, but without the great vocals. And hear me out. The reason why I'm saying that is because Destiny, this is what your third season. I'm mad that they were still calling it season 4. But this is your third season since we've seen you. You gave us nothing. We knew nothing of your life. Like you and Tish Mama are the same as far as just coming on the scene and speaking. You get what I'm saying? You honestly are no different than Tiffany. Neither one of you guys can call each other out when it came to not being transparent about what's going on in your life. You knew good and well that you and that man was probably having arguments or whatever like that way before this man just woke up and said, I'm going to divorce you, right? I'm not in your home. I'm just winning a better dollar on that one. Destiny, our good sis, and you told not just Melody nothing, you've told the viewers nothing. So you doing music, like I said, it's similar to the Olivia, where Olivia never gave us any of her personality, any of her life, very private. Now you want to do music about pain and things. We don't know your pain. So now you coincidentally tell us, oh, I was on food stamp or government assistance and I lost everything and this and that. You're telling us this while we're watching you record the album, thinking that this is going to make us say, damn, we got to support. In comparison to Melody, where we watched it unfold. So now when she does the music thing, it makes sense, right? Because we watched the pain unfold. You're giving us Olivia when Olivia could not connect with her crowd. And then when she finally decided to connect, it was like, girl, you done already dropped a couple of songs. Like, girl, we don't even care anymore. That's literally what that was about. And so I wish you would have at least spent this season telling us who you are. And then next season, if you want to do the music. But to do it together is giving me very much fake in a way. Like, it's like, girl, don't tell us now because you want us to buy your music or to stream your music. We don't care. We don't care. And as far as the whole sitting down with Tish talking about your so-called homegirl, Destiny, you been weren't fooling with Mel. You been. You didn't tell her anything of what was going on in your life. Then on social media, you've been commenting or hitting like buttons on things that are said about Mel. Mel has become the most successful on this show. And honestly, a lot of them on this show, excluding Kimmy, and Maurice, excluding those two, are not being fully supportive as far as like, yeah, that's my girl. It's some sort of like underlying despise for that girl. And y'all mad that she is now treating all of y'all like co-workers. When you showed your hand first, God went and put her in that hotel room right next to Tish and Destiny to where she can hear everything y'all was saying. And you mad that you haven't spoken to her since. Girl, bitch. I'm not speaking to you either. You revealed yourself. People gonna reveal themselves eventually. And then Tisha's like, I thought we were good. I thought we'll never be good. Y'all are frenemies. You guys are frenemies. Frenemies, Tish. Frenemies. I read right through that. You're frenemies, especially with you running your mouth. I thought we were good, girl. Bye. And none of y'all are friends with y'all knowing about the side chick of Martell, the girl's husband, way before. So this was basically like conversations between other parties behind the girl's back, and you're mad and you're confused as to why she is not wanting to be friendly with you guys outside of on some co-worker relationship. You're confused with that. The entitlement is just truly astonishing. So yeah, that's all that stuck out for me this episode. I got this cough, guys. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I want to know, like, what you guys think of the season to come. We saw the preview. We saw Destiny trying to beat up on Mel Friend because Mel Friend called her out. We saw Tisha and Melody about to get into it. Well deserved. That was a long time coming, to be honest with you. We are too old for frenemies. Just remove yourself. And y'all mad that Mel removed herself. When based on what y'all say behind the girl's back, y'all don't even like her. So y'all don't like her, but you still want access to her. Typical frenemy. Typical frenemy. Yeah, have fun with that. So yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know what you guys think. Till next time. Bye.